Welcome back. Today we'll go through a short flow, really focusing on finding that neutral pelvic position as we move through various poses. You will probably need blocks, so grab a couple, or again, books if you don't have blocks, and place one on each end of the mat. And we'll start in tabletop or quadruped. As I mentioned yesterday, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the pelvic points. See if you can find a neutral right away. So neutral pelvis here. And let's go through a couple of cats and cows. Inhale, open the chest, tailbone up. Cow, exhale, round through the back, chin to chest, cat. Again, inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. One more time, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And let's find the neutral. Good. So your front of the cylinder of the core, your lower abdominals are on. Your head is back up. Let's slide the right foot back. Ball of the foot is going to stay on the ground. Nothing else has moved. As you exhale, push the hands into the floor. Push the ball of the right foot into the ground. Lift the left knee in towards the belly. Nothing else moved. Inhale. Exhale, three-legged down dog, but keep that knee pulling in towards the belly as you shift the hips back. So trying to keep the pelvis in a neutral position in down dog as well here by pulling that knee in. Turning the psoas muscle on, iliopsoas, which is the stabilizer of the pelvis. One more inhale. Exhale, shift forward, step the left foot towards the hands. Inhale, rise up, coming into high lunge. And then notice habitually what you do. Is your high lunge like this, where your back leg is extended? You are in the anterior pelvic tilt, rounding through the low back. Your core is not on. Let's try to change it. Most likely you're here. Let's try to change that by bending the back knee as much as you need to bring the pelvis in neutral. So when you sandwich the pelvis, so one hand in the front, one in the back, they should be in the same line, tailbone pointing down. See if you can find that. Let's try to change our high lunge to look like this from now on. And then inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Opening into goddess, so we'll turn to the right, facing the side of the mat, lowering both heels down. You can adjust the feet so that when you bend your knees, your toes are in line with the knees. Bring the arms into cactus, and again, notice your pelvis. What does it feel like? What does it look like? I'll turn to the side just for a moment. Often what I see is this, tailbone sticking back, curve in your low back. See if you can dial the tailbone down towards the floor, find more length in your low back. So finding that neutral pelvis in goddess, let's add a few pulses. So just start to bend and straighten the knees a little bit more. For 3, 2, and 1. Warrior 2 facing the back of the mat. So your right toes will face the back. Your left foot will come. It doesn't have to be parallel to the short edge of the mat, but somewhere around there. Extend the arms. Bring your focus to your pelvis. Again, where is it in space? Is the tailbone sticking back? Again, rounding through the low back. Notice what it looks like when I do that. Let's dial it under. Find the length in your low back. Find that neutral pelvis. Good. Once you're there, try not to change anything except inhale, flip the right palm up. Exhale, reverse. Left hand on the left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, come back through warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Place the right forearm on the right thigh. Left arm will float up and over towards the back of the room. Palm is facing down. Good. We'll backstroke the arm, turn to face the back as you lower the left knee down. 90-90 lunge. Now low lunge. I said 90-90 lunge. I call it 90-90 lunge. This is a low lunge. So usually, again, what I see, what's often taught is that this is your low lunge. Arms up again. Notice what's happening. Big rounding in the low back, pelvis not neutral, sinking into the left hip. Let's try to reframe that as well and instead use the 90-90 lunge anytime low lunge is cute, which is finding the neutral pelvis, tailbone down. Your legs are more in a 90-90 degree position here. So you can sandwich the pelvis just to really find it properly here. Then we'll bring the arms forward and up, bend the elbows, come into cactus arm position. Inhale. Exhale, lean back slightly. This left glute is really going to hold you here. Inhale to lift. Bring the hands onto the block that's in front of you. Tuck the left toes under, step the left foot under the hip. Coming to a forward fold. And again, bringing the attention to the pelvis. You can even, for a second, sandwich the pelvis here. Try to find that neutral. And then lower the hands to the block. Why I'm telling you to use the block, even if you can touch the floor, is to first properly set up here. Again, what's often happening, in order for us to try and straighten the legs and bring the hands to the ground, we round. We round through the pelvis, we come out of that neutral position, round through the back. What also sometimes happens, people bend the knees, but then they point the tailbone way high up, again coming into that anterior tilt and coming out of the neutral. So trying to find a neutral here first by creating a bit more space for your hamstrings by placing the hands on the blocks. And then if you can maintain that and bring the hands down onto the floor, you can do that. Good. One more breath here. And then gently we'll come into standing L. Left leg extends back, parallel to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, place it down. Then the right leg will lift up. Nothing else is moving. Step the right foot far back, lower the knee, step the left foot far back, and we are back in our quadruped or tabletop. Let's do the other side. Starting with cats and cows. Inhale, soften the chest, tailbone tilts up. Exhale, rounding through the back. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then finding the nice neutral spine. Extend the left leg long, ball of the foot on the floor. Push your hands and the ball of the foot into the floor as you pull the right knee in towards the belly. Keep pulling it in. Send the hips up, downward facing dog. With this right knee in the belly. Good. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot towards the hands. And we'll rise up into a high lunge. Again, just come up to it. Notice what your habits are. And then bend the back knee. You can sandwich the pelvis with your hands. Point the tailbone down towards the floor. Find that neutral pelvis. And then reach the arms forward and up. Good. Just left glute is on. Good. Inhale, exhale, opening into goddess. So finding your goddess, moving if you need to. Neutral pelvis. I like to sandwich my pelvis often just to make sure it's easier to tell if you can feel your pelvis rather than trying to imagine with your mind. Bring the arms into cactus arm position and let's pulse. So little pulses down and up. Good for 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn to face the front of the mat. Right knee will come down. 90-90 lunge. Again, sandwiching the pelvis, tailbone going down. Now don't go too back. So you don't want to lean back. You don't want to try to round. You want to keep the spine nice and long and find a neutral pelvis there. Reach the arms forward and up. Bend the elbows, come into cactus arm position. Inhale. Exhale, lean back slightly. Inhale, come up. Place the hands onto the block that's in front of you. We'll step the right foot forward under the right hip, forward fold. Again, if you want to place the hands on the pelvis, you can to try to find that neutral position. It's a little bit harder here unless you come parallel to the floor, and then maybe you come down a little bit because you're not leveled. We are on an angle here. Our torso is on an angle. Then bring the hands down to the block or the floor if you can maintain that neutral pelvis without compromising it when the hands come down. Good. And this time we'll lift the left leg up a little. Standing L just to explore adding movement to this natural position. Place the foot down. And then the right leg lifts, left leg lifts. Step the foot far back, lower the knee. Bring the right knee under the hip as well, and we're back in the quadruped where we started. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this class, and I'll see you tomorrow for another flow where we'll place all the elements that we learned so far together. So triple S, hip hinge, and a neutral pelvis in one flow. So see you tomorrow. Bye.